Hi, all. It's me. I just wanted to send out some updates. It's been a while. And my last video was a much more frustrated version of myself. So I did want to give some updates. I had taken a few videos last week, but I just felt like they weren't right. Perfectionism was kind of playing with me. Um, should have been a sign that I was struggling a bit emotionally and mentally. I feel like I try to be open when I share that I am recovering from an eating disorder. I have been for just over 2 years now. It's an eating disorder I've had since I was pretty young. Um, and one of my reasons for leaving the classroom was that teaching kind of aided my eating disorder by putting everybody else first and never having time and stressing out. It kind of fed the ed beast. A lot of people refer to eating disorders as ed. Um, so it's been a struggle the last few days. A lot of it's probably the hormones, and I'm still dealing with postpartum body, postpartum everything, just trying to feel like myself when I've taken away ed and teaching, and now I have a baby, which I never thought I'd have. So sometimes it can get hard, especially as I'm trying to start new avenues for work. I'm really excited about it, but it also is an identity shift, and that can be really difficult. So I feel myself kind of coming out of it, kind of moving forward, ready to go, and just letting everyone know that it's important to listen to yourself when you aren't, when things are nagging at you. That perfectionism is usually my first sign that, oh, we're gonna have a rough few days. Um, so yeah, give yourself grace. These are wild times, and the news isn't getting any better. Um, I know yesterday's shooting at a school in Tennessee is on everybody's mind, and um, today I wanted to talk about why teachers leave, and this is why teachers leave. Their lives are in danger, lives that shouldn't be in danger. Um, I left my school, and part of my reasons, which are many, was because there is at least one student that I know could hold me responsible for certain frustrations in their life. Um, and no matter what I did or how I tried, the situation never improved and things didn't change. And this former student, would know where I taught, would know, enough to come find me if the student wanted to find me, and could have harm as this person's goal. And the idea that I'm expected to lose my life and leave Owen, my son, to grow up without a mother, to save children that I do love. I've loved every single student that has walked through my door. I have loved students that have never walked through my door and belong to other teachers. But to put teachers and other staff, school staff, in that position where they'd have to choose selfishly for their families or selflessly to protect these children, I didn't know how to settle that in my soul. So I it was one of the reasons why I left, and I'm so angry that more people, more children are losing their lives to gun violence. I don't have words. I am sick of hearing that these guns and the rights to these guns are more valuable than children's lives, especially when there are these battles for forcing women to carry pregnancies through, but not caring enough to keep guns from taking those future children's lives. Like, that's all I'm going to say on that. But I did want to kind of discuss some updates. I left the classroom on December 15th. That was my last day. So we're coming up to 3.5, 4 months since leaving. Some updates. Got my hair done. I did feel really good about that. I kind of told the hairstylist, I said, just give me something different, something exciting, something new. I had red hair in college, and I was kind of leaning that way. It's a bit bolder than I wanted, but she gave me these really fun layers that I thought someone with full hair wouldn't be able to do without looking like a weird kind of like fuzzy to like really thin like look. But I love it. I'm really into it. So that was fun. And I got my hair done because I had an interview with an education company. It would be part-time, and I'd get some travel to work and do kind of professional development with teachers around the West Coast, since I'm in Colorado, which I've never explored. This is the most west I've gone. I grew up on the East Coast. I've explored kind of north, south, all of that, and I've slowly moved my way west. So really excited for the opportunity to kind of see more of the country and see some just amazing places. So I had that interview, and it was online. So this was as much as, they were getting of me, and I needed it to be the best. So I knew that the hair that was over a year old of pre Owen's birth, hair done, needed a fix up, and so that's where we are. Owen is going on a year. He will be a year old next month, and he's walking, he's attempting to run, he's into everything, and I think we've hit a sleep regression, because that might be another reason why my mental health has been like difficult, because when you can't sleep, it impacts everything. And just the idea of having these last few nights, but also having to get up and go to school and teach all day. I mean, there are a lot of women and mothers and families that do that, but I can't. I had no energy this weekend, and I can't imagine doing that. Like, I have high respect for teacher moms, for working moms. As I'm transitioning into a different role, I'm still working. It just looks different now, and it doesn't take, I don't have the fortune of the time that I would like to put into my work. But I did. So we had this interview, it would be part-time, and I would still be able to work on my own teacher materials to sell on Teachers Pay Teachers. My first unit actually got finished almost 2 weeks ago. And as soon as I posted it, I was informed by a colleague of mine that I needed to fix it because I can't have actual images from the book. And that is my goal this week. I'll be working on it as soon as I get this video sorted out. So I already have to go in and make some changes, which is fine. I'd rather do it now than like 6 units down the road. But it is a 2nd grade unit on the Three Billy Goats Gruff, the newest version by Mac Barnett and illustrated by John Klassen. It's fantastic book. I'm working to, once I fix it, I'll make it 3rd grade and 4th grade available. I'm hoping to My hope is that it gives a teacher everything they might need. Maybe even a little bit more to fill in some space to help out with whatever is there. I include standards with pretty much everything. There is vocabulary, there's word work, there is nonfiction where they get to learn about the history of trolls because the book's about trolls or a troll. So I'm really excited about that. My Teachers Pay Teachers is Not Your Ordinary Teacher. Check it out. I'm starting to put some other things up as well. My brother is helping me with my website, and he is buying a house currently, so I'm not going to push it. It is not ready, and I will let you know as soon as it is. And I'm really excited because there'll be blogs and book reviews, both children's book reviews and personal book reviews, because I am a reader and I'm trying to get back into that. Even if it means that I take one of my gym days in the mornings and walk while reading on a treadmill while listening to the Harry Potter soundtrack. I'm fine with that. Almost finished a book today. I kept walking because I wanted to finish it, and I couldn't keep going. But yeah, I have time to go to the gym. Amazing. And I still am really appreciative of that because I realize with this space where I can be more recovery focused, I want mindful movement that brings me joy. That means I get to do Zumba. That means I get to walk on the treadmill while listening to the Harry Potter soundtrack and reading, just because I enjoy that. I really enjoyed the strength and the power of strength training, so I've been exploring that avenue. I'm finally back to the bar, whereas like I used to put 45s on the bar to squat, and I just made it to the bar, which is 45 pounds. So I'm really excited that it's taken these last few months just to get there, because strength is hard, especially when you haven't done it in so long and you've had a baby and all these other things. Another thing I really enjoy that I recognize is every third Friday, Ben's home, my partner, and Owen's home. He doesn't go to the sitter on Fridays, so we can save money and just make it easier for us all. And it's kind of like our own little world because it's just the three of us. Everybody else is doing things, and I love that. Because while I was teaching, I'd see Ben every third Saturday and Sunday, and now we get a lot more time together. We even went on a date like a week or two ago without Owen, and that was great. So yeah, I was just really excited about that. We are getting to the point where it's like, okay, I'm really hoping that this part-time opportunity kind of pans out, because I haven't figured enough about LinkedIn to be masterful into working and finding a different job. This fits into my lifestyle, part-time work where I can work from home, maybe travel, maybe Owen and Ben can come with me when I travel. This would be great. If it doesn't work out, we'll figure it out, but I am starting to feel the pressure of finances and paying for bills, and I've always been someone who has to like pay my share. And even though it's different because this is our family, I still feel that guilt that I left a completely stable job. A job I know I can always go back to. If we really get into a pinch, I can go back to teaching. And I'd probably find a better situation that would bring me a little bit more fulfillment, despite all the reasons I left in the first place. There is guilt, and it does get stressful. I think that plays into some of my struggles when my mental health kind of takes a downward spiral. That I hope we can resolve with the work that I'm doing, and yeah, I'll keep looking. But I do recognize that people leaving the classroom, people doing a big shift, it's really hard to do that because of the money, especially now when things are just stressful. And, things are much more expensive. The amount of money we spend on food, especially now that my son is eating solids and he eats and eats and eats. I don't think he has like a stomach that's capable of filling up because he will eat and eat and eat. And it's amazing. I'm completely amazed by him, and he's just free, and he eats pretty much anything we put in front of him. Which is awesome. Like, I am so glad that this isn't a fight at this time and he's just exploring everything. But good Lord, between him and his father, buying groceries is a very expensive process. So when we're trying to eat healthier now that I'm home and can work on the planning piece and really pick out meals that could help us all eat healthier. So it's hard when it comes to money. And I don't see that getting any easier till I hear back from this this job opportunity, which won't be until early April. Another thing that I think is a struggle is that I don't get to work with kids. I do, it's my own, and I love that. So there is a shift, but that kind of fulfilling, purposeful, like making a difference, that's really hard. And that's part of the reason why I left. I wanted to do something more than just impact one class of kids, which is amazing. And teachers do that all the time. It's an amazing skill, and you have to be, you have a little bit of special pizzazz to be a teacher, because of the work and the impact you have on kids. But I want to do something bigger. I want to really change education and improve it for teachers and for kids. I actually even have an idea. I don't know if it'd be called a case study, and I don't even think it's something possible, but just talking to teachers all around the country in all different positions of all different backgrounds and asking them questions. Do they have a curriculum? What are they missing? What do they need? Because ultimately, I read books and it talks about these studies where no one's talking to teachers about what they need and how they'll feel successful and how we can fix this problem. That is education, just blanket education. So I'd like to work for education reform. I don't know what that looks like just yet or how. I really believe in this one education company and what they're trying to do. So this is a start. It's not the end, but I'd love to figure out how to get involved with just talking to teachers all around the country and just asking. I've been coming up with the questions. There's so many questions, like an uncomfortable number of questions. So it'd be a big undertaking to try and get all this data and just kind of what is it that we're missing? What is it that teachers need? Because if the teachers need something, then it means the kids need something. That's ultimately what it is. And we're dancing around this topic. We're getting books banned and blaming LGBTQ communities, and that's not it. Education needs so much more. The responsibility is on all of us to make it better. And we need to talk to the people who are doing the work, the teachers. So I'd like to figure something out there. I just, looking up education reform does not yield the most direct results. So that's another step I'd like to take. I asked myself, would I rather be in the classroom? And I would like to feel that fulfilling, that sense of purpose. I would like to experience that. My hope is that in the work I do for my Not Your Ordinary Teacher work, as well as this part-time work that I could do with this company, that I would feel that fulfillment. So I'd still be working with teachers. I'd still be helping students. And I'm still creating things that I believe would help teachers and students. At this time, I do not think it's possible that I could be in the classroom right now and come home and be a functioning human being. I can't give up that part of my mental health and that time with my son, that time with my partner, that opportunity to focus on joy and health and just a sense of peace. Um, so at this time, I am okay not being in the classroom. I hope to one day return there in some way. Um, but I know that I'm on a new journey and I just am looking for what path I need to take. Um, I also wanted to share some of my future videos. I don't want it all to be just me talking. I'd like to figure out editing a little bit so the ums shrink in numbers on these videos. I'm aware that's what I do. I did in the classroom too. There it goes again. But I am hoping to share, good stories, the bad stories, the ugly stories, the hilarious stories, just to share truth in the experience. Maybe even some mom life, eating disorder recovery updates, post-teaching life updates. So I just kind of cover everything. I hope to show the world how teaching is so vital, so important, so valuable, and that we need to start respecting that and doing more for those kids. I also want to share the real, because there are a lot of things that people are like, that doesn't really happen in schools. Like, they say this happens. No, yeah, I can attest from my own experience that this has happened, and it is hard. So yeah, just a lot of different things coming at you. I um I do hope my next video will be talking about reasons teachers leave and kind of sharing some of my own experience with that from what I've seen and experienced personally. So yeah, I hope you hang around. I hope you all have a great day. I hope spring is coming. We had a blizzard in Colorado yesterday, so the sun's back out, which it normally does. But I'm ready for springtime. I just want to be able to sit in the hammock now that I'm not pregnant during spring and not with a newborn. I just want to lay in the hammock and read or just lay there. Honestly, I could just lay there for hours and be totally fine. Have a great day.